Good morning. I was asked to do the part two of her Tuesday testimony that she did such a wonderful job on a couple weeks ago. Um, I'm just so proud of her, what she did, the woman she's become, and just everything that she's doing, right now, and in our household, and just everywhere, everything that she's doing. Um, so again, that was my wife, Evelyn Boyce. We have a son named Noah Boyce. He'll be 2 next month, October 14th. And it's just so amazing watching him grow, and seeing ourselves in him, and just seeing him become the boy, and then later on become the man that we helped raise, with the help of you guys, the village. So, but jumping right into it, being a husband has really helped me, and being a father. First of all, in being a husband, you are your wife's helpmate, and vice versa. You are each other's helpmate. So in getting married, that really was like baby steps for us in helping each other out. Even though we dated for 13 years before getting, 13 years now, but we were married 8 years before we were together 8 years before getting married. We learn certain things. It's different when you move in with somebody and you notice certain things. So you're like, I didn't know you did that. Okay, that's gonna take some getting used to, but cool. So, but yeah, but in having a child, just being each other's helpmate. If I need help, she sees me. If I may need help or struggling or wherever I lack, she comes and helps out, and vice versa. If I see her slacking or lacking somewhere, I'll come and help her out. It just goes hand in hand for each other, and I have such a strong respect for the single parents out there, mothers and fathers who raise kids on their own. My hat's off to you guys, because this is really, a full-time job, and just having a child, and we only have one child. And some people do it with multiple children. So my hat's off to you guys. One verse that keeps me going, from day to day, and that I instill in my household, is Joshua 24:15. And if it is evil in your eyes to serve the Lord, choose this day whom you will serve, whether the gods your fathers served beyond the river, or the gods of the Amorites in those lands you dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. And what that means for me is, it doesn't matter what they're doing over there. It doesn't matter what Timmy and Susie is doing over there. But in our house, we're going to serve the Lord. We're going to read our word. We're going to pray. And we're going to have our own relationship with God, so that we can be accountable for ourselves. In Pastor Brown's teachings, one thing that's going to always stick with me is when he always says that, men, husbands, you have to be the priest of your household. And when he said that, the first time I heard it, I was like, wow, that's a really big responsibility. And, I just felt like, man, I'm not a preacher. Is that what I have to do? But just in coming into these shoes as a husband and as a father, it's really easy, because I wouldn't say easy. Let me take that back. I wouldn't say easy, but it's easy to put your trust in God and to just take everything off of you, because God will give you what to say and what to do. He's going to show you how to lead. And that's what makes it easy. But there will be some hard times when you try to do it by yourself. When you try to have all the answers, you're not going to have all the answers. Even though, us as men, we want to be that person. We want to be that guy to, hey, when your wife comes to you about a certain situation, you want to be like, well, maybe you should try this. Have you done this and that? And I want you to look at it this way. And, we always want to seem like the know-it-all sometimes, and we want to have the answers, but you know what? We're not. We are not in our flesh. We won't. It's only when we put ourselves in God and we keep our eyes on Him and just sometimes sit back and say, hey, I don't have the answer. Just a few weeks ago, let me tell you this quick story. Ev came to me, about a situation that was going on at work. And, and this time, I didn't know what to say. I was lost for words. And what I did, I took that as a sign from God. That was God talking to me and saying, Jonathan, be quiet. I don't need for you to have the answer. I am the answer. And so I took that. And so I was obedient, and I thank God for that word in that moment, to where I was able to pray with Evelyn instead of praying for her. See what I'm saying? There's a difference. We were able to be on one accord and to come to an understanding that, hey, we can't do this on our own. That, hey, God, we are trusting you to show us what to do and what to say. And it was so amazing that week, that Sunday at church, Pastor Brown gave us this word from God that it's only a test. And right then and there, my wife and I looked at each other across the room, and we knew that was the answer we were looking for, and, we found each other, came to each other, and we just prayed to God, and we thanked Him, and we just, oh my gosh, we just cried out. It was such a miraculous moment, and, we thank God so much. So yeah, one thing that I didn't expect as being a father was, let me say this, social media puts a lot of pressure on us to where we feel like our families and our lives should be doing this at this time. And, especially, we millennials, we struggle with this so much, on our jobs, just throughout life in general, and, but I just have to stop and say to myself that, I don't know how many times it took that person to get it right. It could have took them 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times to perfect something. But, we always want things to happen right now. And, we don't want to be patient. But just knowing not to put so much emphasis on social media and not to let that affect my household. That was one thing that I learned that I really didn't expect or that I didn't see coming or that I didn't think was going to be an issue in my household. But lastly, for all you husbands out there, for all you fathers out there, continue to keep God first. And know that He is the answer that you need, that you don't always have to have the answer. He is the answer. He will tell you, He will give you what to give to your wife and what to give to your families and what to instill in them. And I'm telling you, that is so strong for me because I'm not the most vocal person. So, a lot of times, I'm not going to know what to say, but God always shows Himself to me in giving me what to say in those times when I need to say it. And, I'm so thankful for him. But yeah, that's what I have for today. So I hope that my testimony can be a blessing to you and your life. I'll see you guys later.